Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome in. It is Woodward Nights on the Woodward Sports Network. Look at this. Broder, put them on. Victory Monday, baby. How about it? Here we go. Broder.
Put it on, put on the chain, put on the sunglasses.
Woo! Let's go. 8-2. Feels good.
Let's go.
Hey, I did my Kool-Aid video yesterday. And I got a lot of heat because I did the video, and in the video I said 8-3. We left the stream. The adrenaline, it was pumping in me. I literally, as soon as the game's over, I have the Kool-Aid made up. I walk off the stream, walk right out to Woodward, and I drink the Kool-Aid. It is bang, 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 bang. 8-3 was just it. The adrenaline was going. But Broder,
the adrenaline or the diabetes?
Both.
Yeah,
everything was rolling,
firing.
It was one of the best. I've said this a couple times now. I know we've had a lot of Matthew Stafford comeback games, all these different things. But, Broder, this game yesterday, the Detroit Lions, being down 2 scores, 4 minutes to go. Jared Goff, 3 interceptions, 4 total turnovers. It felt like nothing in the world could go the Detroit Lions' way yesterday versus the Chicago Bears.
I know.
Conference rivals, division rivals, and they end up coming back in one of the best comebacks, I think, of my lifetime in Detroit Lions history. That's what it felt like at home crowd. It was, and now you're sitting at 8-2, Broder. First time since 1962. I can't believe that what happened yesterday happened.
It was such a quick,
crazy,
a quick little turnaround right there at the end. It was so perfect. The last 2 minutes, really, the last 2 minutes of both halves were flawless football. Unfortunately, the rest of the game was pretty trash.
It was brutal.
But we learned a lot about our Lions yesterday, and we leave that weekend 8-2 into Thanksgiving week. We got the Packers coming up on Thursday. We have a chance to win our 3rd game in 11 days.
Let's go. It was just yesterday was just one of the best days as a Lions fan in my life. And I know we have had playoff games that we've lost. Like, there's been a lot to it. But as the season keeps going, it's like, you know, the playoffs are going to come. You know it's going to be at home. You know you're going to have a chance to win one. It just feels like all year, just every single game just gets better. Like, we started with the Chiefs, huge win. You know, you just 4 straight wins at one point. This game, you just didn't think it could get that much better, and it just keeps getting better. You're 8-2. Lions have the best offense in the NFL still. Super Bowl contenders. 2nd best record as of right now in the NFC and the NFL. Like, everything is going right for the Lions, but hey, victory, baby! Lions, let's go 8-2. Hey, appreciate all of you guys. We have a big show for you guys, but we're gonna go around the room real quick. Packed show. All Lions basically here.
We're going 4 hours. 4 hours tonight.
I wish we could.
We should do that like one time.
See if anyone
once
says
a
anything.
month. Oh, they would say. Oh, see if like our bosses.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like I don't know if it's like bad to go over.
You know, I don't know.
We should do a 24-hour show.
That's all right.
Or like a 24-hour stream. We can like do something fun. That'd be awesome.
Come in for 2 hours.
Come on.
Okay, 4.
12-hour stream.
No.
For the people.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Dan Campbell would be disappointed. All right, we've got the squad here
Tell
today.
Me what Dan Campbell would
We've
think
got
of me.
Jalen in the TV booth. Jalen, how you feeling after the win?
I was stressed out, man. Blood pressure was up. You know, I'm locked in, though, man. It was a great win. You know, glad to see J-Mo and the guys. You know, everyone was scoring. It was everybody that we needed to do what they had to do, and it was a fun game, man. I'm happy.
Let's go. And we got Nick in the sound booth. We got the full squad.
Victory Monday, baby. Detroit was rocking yesterday. They blessed us with a great, beautiful day. The weather was good. The tailgate was great. Ford Field was rocking. Lions fans deserve this. What a hell of a comeback. Ford Field was packed. I know Broder. Whoa, it got loud in that 4th quarter there when it needed to.
It was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so loud. Right there at the end, it had to hit the highest decibels of the day, but that crowd was rocking. That last drive, before the fumble drive, you know, the Aiden Hutchinson strip sack, fumble safety, the drive before that was a 26-second long Chicago Bears drive that set up the Lions for the game winner. That crowd during that 3 plays was electric.
Yeah, it was
electric.
And they needed to be. And everyone knew there was a job to get done, and we completed the comeback. It was so much fun. Let's go Lions, baby. 8-2. Come on.
I do want to ask you too, Broder. Like that we saw the video, and Jalen, I want to play that video, the Hutch one. Could you play that, please? The Hutch at the end when the strip sack and then kind of the celebration in Ford Field. It was one of the most. It was incredible to see. I wish I was just sitting there on the sideline watching this. Here's a video of Hutch when he gets a strip sack. Safety! But that, I think right there, that might have been, I wasn't there, that might have been the loudest Ford Field has ever been.
Yeah.
Like when that happened.
I had my head, because like right when that happened, I got stuff to write. I got to take all my notes for the play. So I have to kind of separate myself from the moment a little bit, but you could feel it, and you can actually feel it from that video. Like the stadium was literally rocking. Like you could feel the energy. It was so loud, and everyone, because they knew that sealed the game. That was it. That was the Mariano Rivera strikeout to close out the 9th, and the crowd was just so loud. They were waiting. It was almost a surprise because everyone there stayed. There was a decent amount of fans who left.
That's what I heard
after that. Justin Fields, his last scramble where it was like 3rd and 15.
25,
and he managed
30
to get
yarder.
25?
I don't know. It was long.
Run.
It was a little deflating.
Around 5 minutes to go in the game, people left the game. So everyone who was still there had that hope, had that faith. It was so loud.
Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't imagine. Hutch wanted his touchdown so bad, you could tell. And I don't even think the player meant to kick it out. I don't know if you watched that video. We didn't want to put the play in there, but the video, the player was just running, and it looked like his foot accidentally hit it, and luckily it did because it went out for him. But I thought Hutch wanted a touchdown so bad.
Oh yeah, you know who else wanted Hutch to get a touchdown? Sam Flannel. His hot take of the day was Aiden Hutchinson with a strip sack recover for a touchdown.
That would have been huge.
It literally almost happened.
So bad. That would have been huge.
Yeah, I just love it. It was Hutch on their first-round draft pick, their offensive lineman, Darnell Wright. I mean, man, what a play.
Started the week off. Braylon, I think, said it on the show today on E&E. I tuned in for just a little bit there, and the first thing I heard was Braylon say, to start this week off, you have an Aiden Hutchinson, University of Michigan player, strip sack Justin Fields, a former Ohio State player, to start off the Michigan-Ohio State week. Wow. That is just
I didn't think about that.
Can't script it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
And we got Graham Glasgow and Michael Schofield. Yeah, you know. Honestly, I thought the Bears were going to do whatever they could to leave the state of Michigan with Jim Harbaugh. I sort of felt, I was like, you know what, they got to make this move right now.
Eberflus is done, by the way. That was bad. He's never won a division game.
You're
never.
Their offense looked pretty good yesterday. Like their defense, I don't know. It's hard to judge. They played pretty well against us. It wasn't the cleanest game out of either. Definitely wasn't the cleanest game out of the Lions. No. But the Bears played physical. I know we're going to get more into it, but they surprised me a little bit. I was worried about Justin Fields, but their defense, they came to play.
And we're gonna dive into all of the game, breaking it down. I can guarantee you though, and this will be a Booner guarantee going forward. In a couple weeks when we play the Chicago Bears again on the road, the game will be completely different, and the Lions will win that game by multiple scores. Mm-hmm. I think just like that game right there was the Detroit Lions. Outside of the Baltimore game, that was probably the Lions' worst played game of the year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everything went wrong. That's not going to – they play the Bears again. That's not going to happen. The Bears aren't going to do it. Justin Fields might not run for another 100. That defense isn't going to get 4 turnovers. This game right here, when we get into it next segment, this game was such an anomaly to this football team. The fact that they turned around, and Jared Goff spoke about it, and we have that on there. The fact that they turned that bad of a game into a win speaks volumes about this football team and this Lions team going forward.
Booner,
that's what I'm excited about.
Booner, you know what else Jared Goff said after the game?
Please give it to me.
You know, this is part of the quote on if there was a point in his career we got comfortable knowing they could come back from behind to win a game. It's a really long quote, but he finishes, okay, they're letting us have a chance to win this with 2 touchdowns. Sounds good. You see that path to winning there at the end. Woo. Jared Goff saw the Booner path and he took advantage of it.
The path is real. There is a path to go get the 1 seed. There is a path for the Super Bowl. There is a path for this football team. It is real. The Detroit Lions are contenders. Welcome all of you fans there that kept jumping back and forth, and we have a segment on that as well. We do that. I feel like after every game that either is a loss or a struggle, there's fans. Like we sat here in the stream with Stick, and when things were going bad, me and Stick were reading out some of the comments, and I actually I will do it. I went back today and got some comments. I'm going to go back and get some more because, listen, we sit up here on the screen here and on camera, and we get clipped, and everything we say is recorded. So I have a lot of bad takes out there. We all do. But when the Lions were down 12 points with 4 minutes to go, the comments that were coming through, this team can't make the play. This team won't go to the playoffs. This team might end up losing the division to the Vikings. Jared Goff isn't it. Get him out of town. Like, they just kept going and going and going and going. So that, Broder, I'm going to get some clips for that. I'm going to get some screenshots on that.
Clip it!
And
we can clip this!
You know I am the man of the people around here. But as a man of the people, like Darren McCarty, the administrator of accountability or whatever it is, we got to play both sides here. I got to be a man of people for the both sides.
Yeah, Booner goes both ways.
Should we get our picks in before these games, boys?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Right where I was headed.
And really, if you're going to keep flopping back and forth here, either hop on the Booner path or sit off to the side and watch us enjoy going to a Super Bowl. But we're going to this is the Booner path, Broder. This is happening.
I like it.
This is the team to do it.
I like it, Booner.
Hop on or jump off the bandwagon. I'm tired of every week having to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey.
Baltimore, Seahawks, just people just going, ooh. Hop on the path or...
Was Easy in the chat saying things?
He may have. About Jared Goff. I'm going to go back. You can. The chat doesn't go away. There's live chat.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot about Jared Goff last night. Mm-hmm. You did? I did. By the way, I saw a pretty funny comment about you.
What did they say? Eduardo, we are on the Booner path. Let's go. We will get shirts out, Eduardo.
Yes.
Shirts will be made. We're in conversations right now. As Neil would say, they're speaking to our agents.
This is from Jeffrey Penner. Booner just wearing the glasses that hide the black eye Flannel gave him incidentally whilst frantically waving his twig arms. That was a shot at Flannel. But you got a nice clean face there.
Trust me. There's no black eye here. Nothing. All right.
We got to talk about this Chiefs-Eagles game real quick.
Yeah, there is a lot to this game.
There's a lot on the line. But we got to get picks, and we got to get... Do you have any bets? Any spreads? Any bets? No, we're just talking game.
So I have a couple plays here. I'm not going to give up my parlay or anything like that. I'm just going to keep all of that to the side. I do have some touchdown scores. I'd have the Travis Kelce one I put in. I put 2 in earlier today. I put Travis Kelce in earlier. I think it was like minus 120. And then I did A.J. Brown. And then we sat down here, and Jalen said he was going to do those 2 and Isaiah Pacheco and...
For tutties?
And Jalen Hurts, yeah. So
all 4 get tutties?
Yeah.
But to my bettors out there, you can play them straight.
Straight. That's all straight plays.
If you put them in a parlay, put 5 to win, like 120 or 130. But if you want to be safe, take them straight.
All straight.
Pick your top 2 and then just have fun watching the game, people.
I think people when I put things out like on college football, I'll put like 10 plays out and I'll go like 7 for 3 or something, and then someone will tweet at me and be like, "Oh, Booner, you missed a couple," and they'll put the parlay there, and I'm like, "These are all straight plays." I'll tell you when it's a parlay.
And they're usually good enough odds to all play straight because you like the overs you do, like they're like minus 115, minus 110. So
you almost make your money back on every one, double your money.
How did you? A quick question for Booner, real quick. Up and Adams boost. Did you see that on FD?
Don't like it.
You didn't? Which one?
No, it's a trap.
Brown
there's
50,
one at the end in there.
Travis 40, Jalen 25 rushing.
Jalen 25 is a trap.
They're just coming off the bye week, though. I feel like his knee's probably pretty good now.
If they're winning, Jalen, he might get it, but I don't trust. 2 weeks ago, I did it, and he had 26, took 2 knees, and got 21.
He's gonna get like 28, like he said. And we were all here when that happened, weren't we?
It was brutal.
Yeah,
it was like an all-time bad bet.
All right.
And do you know the tiebreaker, by the way, in the NFC? If the Eagles and the Lions tie,
win?
It's not conference win. The first tiebreaker, it goes to your record against common opponents. Like the Chiefs, who the Lions already beat. If the Eagles lose to the Chiefs, that's an advantage for the Lions. They have already beaten the Vikings, the Bucks, the Cowboys 1 out of 2 times. They play the Cowboys again and the Seahawks again. Those are teams that the Lions played also. So it's a triple reason why we need to root for the Chiefs.
You know what I'm doing right now, actually?
What are you doing, Booner?
I'm betting on the Chiefs.
Do it.
I will. Let's go around the room, though. Let's get our picks in. I am taking the Chiefs, obviously. I'm taking the Chiefs to win this football game. They better get this thing done. They better take care of business.
Check out the chat, bro.
What's the chat?
Read it. It's for you.
Oh, Showtime Tate. Golden Tate. Showtime, baby. Booner, you're the GOAT. You won me a band on my parlay. J-Mo, baby. 8-2. Let's go.
For the people.
J-Mo, baby. I love it. I did give out a lot of J-Mo things. The straight plays for the Lions they gave out, I think, went 5 and 1. And then the J-Mo touchdown hit as well.
A band is $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Let's effing go, bro.
go.
Bands that make her dance. Is that, yeah?
Yeah.
Tunchi Maker.
Pardon?
What?
Bands that make her dance. I was just filling in the next line. Tunchi.
So who we picking?
Yep, I've got the Chiefs. Nick, who do you got?
I'm going to go a little reverse psychology because I picked the Vikings and I was so happy to lose on that pick. I'm going to stick right with it and I'm going Eagles here. Let me just continue to be the last place team as long as it helps out these Lions. I will gladly take the L for the picks for the Detroit Lions. I'm going Eagles here.
Jalen?
Fly, Eagles, fly. AJ Brown, go fly. Go Eagles.
What?
I'm sorry, dude. I mean,
What?
bro, this is the better of me talking right now.
Eagles are damn good.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against them now. But for the Lions' sake, the Chiefs would win. But I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'll make it 2. I'll make it 2 and 2.
Guys, let's just pick all the teams. I'm going Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
I'm also rooting for the Chiefs, so there's bias there. Eagles are good. I'm really pumped for this game. Shit.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah.
They just started to. I think they win at home. I've got the best place. Chiefs minus 2.5. I'm ready to roll on that.
They got that good field position. That's why I picked them.
We got it. Like I said before, though, we do have a packed show. We're gonna go to break here. Coming out of the break, we have Lions Bears game review 8:30. We're gonna get into this Jared Goff conversation.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't either. I want to hear a lot what you have to say because you've been the Goff truther all season long. 8:45. We're gonna get into the weapons that Jared Goff has. St. Brown, J-Mo stepped up in a big way. We're going to definitely have that J-Mo conversation at 8:45. 9 o'clock, we're going to talk about this defense. I got in a screaming match before the show in the back with Easy in regards to Aaron Glenn in the defense. It's just at some point, like they've I don't know. We'll talk about that at 9 o'clock. 9:15, we're going to give not our game balls, but we've been calling them, we're going to give away some Kool-Aid pitchers.
Yeah, baby.
We're giving up our game balls / Kool-Aid pitchers to a player on offense.
That's what I thought
defense.
you were doing. We're doing that official. We make that official.
Official. Kool-Aid pitchers. 9:30 Overreaction Monday. 9:40. Broder has a J-Mo video that I wanted to kind of break down. I think we could talk about that for a little bit. That's going to be our real J-Mo conversation. And then mailbag. And we are going to open the phone lines as well at some point within the show. Probably around 9 o'clock, we're going to open those babies up. But Lady Jane's, baby.
Tell them.
Come over to Lady Jane's for haircuts for men for an award-winning haircut experience. Make sure to register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best spuds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Woodward Sports' own Tom Massaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live this Thursday for the official Lions VIP tailgate. Let's freestyle this one. It's at Eastern Market in shed number 5. It's going to be starting, I'm going to guess, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's the official Lions tailgate, and it's back, and it's better than ever. So why don't you come pregame it with your friends here at Woodward Sports. We got food, we got drinks, we got entertainment, all included. Just buy your tickets right up there at bullseyeeventgroup.com, bullseyeeventgroup.com.
And welcome back. It is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in here on a Victory Monday. I had to take the glasses off. It's weird doing the show with the glasses the whole time.
It's got to get dark.
Indoors, it's like, yeah.
It's like David Montgomery with the visor.
Yes, at night, like the nighttime here, I might fall asleep on the desk. And I've got to stay awake a little bit here for you guys.
Definitely, in the nighttime.
Throughout the show, maybe I'll throw them back. If we get to like a certain amount of likes, maybe I'll do it for the rest of the show or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Let's get over to 50 likes here before the end of this segment. We're going to just break the game down now here, Broder.
Let's go.
Let's just go over the game review. Obviously, there was a huge comeback. Under 4 minutes left. Detroit Lions down 12 points. And the guy that threw 3 interceptions throughout the game stepped up. I remember sitting here on the stream, and Spencer said every time he steps back now, I think he's going to throw, I feel like he's going to throw an interception. And that's what it did feel like. But the fact that he turned it around and went on 2 straight touchdown drives and pulled that team together, to me, it is more impressive than anything else. I think you can kind of weigh the good with the bad. Yes, the bad was bad. But Jared Goff actually spoke in the press conference after the game, and I'll play this here for you real quick, Broder. But he did speak about that in regards to the comeback and how it kind of showed how good this team can be, whether you're kind of outweighing the good to the bad to it. So here's Jared Goff speaking on that comeback.
It's a lot easier to play bad and win than it is to play bad and lose. And kind of what we did today, we played not our best ball and not my best ball for about 3.5 quarters, and found a way to make it work there at the end. It's a sign of a good team. We're a resilient group. We're tough. We have a lot of courage, and we don't back down from anything.
How about it? It seemed to me like that Chargers game, the win in Los Angeles, that was a work of art. That was poetry in motion. But this Sunday against the Bears, it's almost like those abstract paintings where you have to like tilt your head to the side and be like, And then you're like, oh, okay. They figured it out. They figured it out there at the end. We don't need Detroit, us Detroit fans, the Detroit people. We don't need anything pretty. Like, we just need a gritty win. We need them to grind it out, to never give up. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, it looked bad. Jared Goff could have had 5 interceptions on the day. 2 were the one right through his hands to Jalen Johnson, the end zone, that would have been a pick 6 or on the 3-yard line. There were 2 of his interceptions were questionable. One was tipped at the line. One was maybe a Laporta pass interference. I don't know what happened there,
He
but
just got off his route a little.
Yeah,
bit.
but he didn't play very well. And I got to remember we're talking about Goff next segment, so I got to keep it in. But he led that team back, and it was ugly. The Bears sort of had the upper hand most of the day, both on offense, where Justin Fields was in a way having his way. That play action that he does, or the run pass option that he would do with Khalil Herbert and Deontay Foreman and Roshan Johnson, it seemed like the Lions players were always a split second behind, guessing which he would always pull it back out and he'd take it for a first down, 10, 15, 20 yards. He had his way on the ground. And also on defense, the Chicago Bears showed up. They played a really physical game, and I don't want to say it caught the Lions by surprise, but I definitely think the Bears had the upper hand, especially earlier in the game, just in terms of their physicality, their mentality. But the great thing about it is both at the end of the first half and at the end of the game, Jared Goff and this offense made plays when they needed to keep the team in the game. And then the defense, when you needed them to, they also made the big play. So when you have a team functioning like that, it wasn't our perfectly complementary game that we've been waiting for, where all 3 phases of the team played really well together, but they all played well in different spurts. And at the end of the game, it all came together, both the offense and defense, and special teams. So I don't know. It was just one of those games. I don't know about you, Booner, but I wasn't nervous at any point.
No.
There was a moment where I was a little like, dang, like, I was more disappointment. Are we going to lose to the Bears? Come on. Like it was more of a disappointment, but I always felt like as long as the score was within reach, which that field goal at the end kept us within reach, the Lions had a chance, and they proved it. Jared Goff went out, led them for that touchdown drive.
And that's what it felt like. I mean, the whole game to me, it's you did know you were getting the Chicago Bears best.
Yeah.
And while you were getting the Chicago Bears best, you were getting the Detroit Lions at their worst. And the mixture of the both. And to me, that's how you know that this is such a good football team and one of the best in the NFL, that you could play your worst game of the season. They everything went wrong on offense, on defense in the first half. But at the end of the day, the whole game, it's a one-possession game. Yeah. The whole game. There was not one time. They did not have the lead basically the whole game. There was not one time I was sitting there and I was like super nervous until we got to the fourth quarter, and it was that two-possession game. And I remember I looked at Stick, and Stick texted me this morning, the timestamp, and he said, look at me and you were spot on with this. And I literally look at Stick and I go, if they don't hold them to a field, they have to hold them to a field goal here. If they get a touchdown on this drive, the game's over. And guess what the Detroit Lions defense did? Stepped up, held them to a field goal. Yes, you gave up that Fields run, but you held them to the field goal right after that. You kept it a two-possession game. Jared Goff, touchdown, gets a stop within, 26 seconds? Touchdown again. 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes or something like that. You go down and take the lead, win the game, hutch sack, it's over. It just felt like all the way up until they were down by 12, the whole game, it felt like as bad as the Detroit Lions were playing, this team was still in the game. And it felt like they didn't have control, and it felt like they had control. And I don't know, I've never felt that feeling before.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yes, because we've had not hundreds, but so many 20, 30, 40 comebacks from Matthew Stafford when he was in Detroit. But the thing was with that, compared that team to these teams, is that the Stafford ones, you're playing like every week when you're playing a team, you have to come back. This is different. Like, this was just such a one-off game that they played their dead worst game of the season. They will never play this bad again.
Some aspects look like we're really ready to play. A couple of other aspects look like we just got off Willie Nelson's tour bus.
What was that?
That was a long one.
That was. I didn't know what that was. Yeah. I started talking, and I was like, it's going to end. It's going to end.
They looked like they came off going. Willie Nelson's tour bus to start that game. But Booner, like you just added on the end there, it was all about the ending. You had faith that this team would pull out those final two drives. That's kind of what that drop was like, kind of getting at there. The final two drives were just amazing. That's what we love to see from this Lions team that's so resilient.
And dude, I haven't verified this stat, but I heard it like an hour ago when I was listening to a replay of Rich Eisen, and he said that nobody in the NFL history has ever won with a -3 turnover margin and a time of possession difference. What it was, the Bears had
40
about 40 minutes to the Lions 20.
Yep.
That's insane. And I went back and I looked. The Lions, there were only where's this note? It's only the third game that they haven't come on top in time of possession. The other two they lost was the Seahawks and the Ravens, and both those were within 2 minutes. There was like 30, 31 to 29 kind of deal. So they have a lot to clean up, and they have a lot to take from this game. But I think just at the end of the day, it was an ugly game that they were able to sneak out of and sneak out with a win. And that's what contending teams do. That's what teams who are there at the end of the playoffs, whether it's an NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, they win ugly games. The Chiefs, they've won ugly games this year. They've lost some ugly games too. And the Eagles, we've been talking probably for the first 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season. Well, I don't know, are the Eagles real? They keep kind of winning these ugly games by a touchdown or a couple points. And look, they're 8-1. We both think the Eagles are in the top 3, if not the best team in the NFL. So it just feels so good. This is a game that the old Lions would have lost.
Yeah, and you know what, too? I didn't say it. This actually, I thought, I was thinking about this today. We did our kind of, what do we call it? Like our keys to the victory?
Yeah.
We did that on Friday, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what was the one thing that I left out that I say every single week?
Turnovers.
Turnover battle. And guess what they lost?
Turnovers.
The turnover battle.
Big time.
4-1. They threw the Bears had a +3 turnover differential on Sunday, and the Detroit Lions still won the football game. And there was a reason I left it out to where I was like, turnovers in this game, when you're playing a team like the Bears, put it to the side. You just need to go out there and win the game. I said I wanted all 3 aspects of the game to look great. They didn't do it at the end of the day.
No.
It did not look great. It was a very ugly win. But the turnover battle did not, they lost it by 3 points. And I sit up here every single week and harp on how big of a deal the turnover battle is in the NFL. And if you lose a turnover battle, you probably are losing the football game. They lost it by 3 turnovers, and they still found a way to win. I don't care if you're playing the worst team in NFL history or the best team in NFL history. If you find a way to win and you lost a turnover battle by 3 interceptions and a fumble, that is unheard. That means you are a good football team.
You're able to figure it out.
You're a legit team.
You're able to figure things out when adversity strikes.
Yes.
And this is the second time this year it's happened. I believe it happened against the Raiders too, where they were able to make do with the 3 turnovers. Did I do well though picking Jahmyr Gibbs as my key offensive player? Jahmyr Gibbs catching the ball out of the backfield.
I can't remember who I said.
He had 6 catches for 59 yards. Made
I
some
go
big
D-Mon.
catches.
I think you went Gibbs. I think I went D-Mon.
And Jameson Williams is my second player. Yeah. Brian Branch was my defensive player.
Great pick.
Go.
Not bad.
I love that pick.
Not bad.
go.
God bless.
Still picked the Lions to score 31 points. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, he's on fire.
That's for you, Paul Thomas. My God.
Did you pick him 31?
31-21. So I got the Bears score wrong.
Oh, you
But
did.
yeah, what
It's
are you
all
gonna
right.
do? Can't win them all.
Week 1, I was like,
Yeah.
1 point away with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was like 1 point. I was like, I've
You
never.
couldn't have 19.
It was like I can't. I think it was. What was the end of the score of the Chiefs game?
21-20.
21-20. I think
Yeah.
I might have gone 21. I think 21-17 maybe.
All right.
So maybe I was off by 3.
right.
I think it was
Not bad.
21-17 actually. I've never picked a score correct in a football game.
Really?
That's like one of the hardest things to do.
Oh yeah.
Correct score. That's
I think
tough.
the closest I came was the Super Bowl with the Rams and Bengals. And on FanDuel, I was like a point off.
Yeah, dude, it's like you can get there, like you can feel like you picture the game in your head how it goes. It just never happens that way. It's crazy.
Never lose.
Never lost. All right, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we're gonna get into this Jared Goff discussion.
JGZ.
I think it's very worth talking about. 3 interceptions, but at the same time, pretty sure he ended the game 10 for 11 with a touchdown pass and like 150 yards or something. So he went off. But I'm gonna go back to back here real quick. Lions pregame show. Make sure you guys tune into that. That is Jeff Freddy Hollywood with different weekly special guests every Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30. Make sure you guys tune into that. I believe it'll actually be the same time on Thursday because I think the game's around 12 o'clock this week. We'll get that to you tomorrow. But make sure you guys tune into that. I'll be on the show as well. I believe this week on Thursday it is DMAC. So make sure on Thursday, 9:30 a.m., tune in on the Woodward Sports Network. And then I don't know if they're open on Thanksgiving, but you guys can go get a great breakfast at Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. And if you want some breakfast, they have the stuffed potato pancakes. They are back. Classic Lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden. Also, you can try the apple pie hotcakes. Ooh! They are too good to miss. Make sure you guys try those. And then top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. That's all over at your local Big Boy.
Shout out Andy Dalton.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. It's the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. They're located on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn also today. Find the brand you want, lesstanford.com.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us on the Woodward Sports Network. Victory Monday. Another Lions. Well, we were thinking about. Broder texted me earlier today and was like, we potentially could have 2 victory days in 1 week. We had that earlier this year one time. The Thursday night game and the Sunday. I think that was the Packers week, Thursday night football. And we potentially can have it again. And guess who it is again on Thursday?
The Packers.
The Packers, baby.
Packers.
We actually, too. I'm not going to say who it is.
This could be freaking awesome.
It's confirmed. The date and the time is not yet. That's what we're waiting on. That's before I say it. We have a huge guest coming up in the next 2 days.
Unpredictable. Unexpected.
Yes. I'm going to give him a hint. It is one of the bigger Packer fans in
the world.
In their
definitely has
franchise.
A following.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably
Massive.
the biggest.
Yeah, that person.
And it is confirmed, but just the date and time yet, so we're not going to announce it.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Huge.
What?
Huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
All right, let's get into it.
Huge. Jared Goff.
He is. Hey, hit that like
Arm.
button too. That's also
Massive.
huge. If you guys hit that like button, that's big as well. But someone's saying it's Grassi.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, is that the dude who he films himself? It's not reacting to the games, but he like makes Packer skits after. The last couple I've seen have been about the Lions. I gotta
Grassi.
I gotta look for some Grassi.
Oh, I see it here. No, actually, the person's bigger than Tom Grassi. I just looked up Tom Grassi. Bigger than Grassi.
Tom Grassi is the American Degrassi.
Yeah.
Drake, back to back.
I haven't seen the person's
Jimmy
name in
Brooks.
there yet, so no one's guessed it right. If you guys put it in there, we're not going to tell you until we get it confirmed. Jared Goff, though, fellas.
Yeah, JG.
Mixed emotions yesterday going through this game with that. We have a couple videos here. I think we have 2 or 3. Dan Campbell spoke about it. You have a video from Taylor Decker, it looks like. Jared Goff spoke about kind of what it means that game yesterday, throwing 3 interceptions and being able to bounce back. You don't see that a lot from NFL quarterbacks. You really don't. If you usually 3 interceptions, like you saw Josh Allen just a couple of weeks ago throw 3 picks when we were sitting here watching the game on the show, and he just could not figure out a way to turn the game around. Jared Goff was able to throw 3 interceptions and go win a football game somehow with the best offense in the NFL. First video I want to play here, Broder, before we really dive into it. I want to hear Jared Goff talk about this because he spoke about being a leader on this team and what it means when you do throw 3 interceptions, what it is about. Because at the end of the day, I still believe the Booner path is real and they can go to the Super Bowl, and this is why. Is a guy like Jared Goff leading this team. So here's Jared Goff.
And my job is so much greater than how good I do. It's so much greater than what my stats are or how many touchdowns I can throw. It's about being there for my teammates and being the best I can be on every play and throughout the game. And even when things aren't going my way, I'm not playing as well as I'd like to early on. How do I find a way to kind of center myself back to what my true job is to be my best on every play and do everything I can for my teammates.
There you have it. I mean, you heard him right there. Jared Goff is a leader of men. Like, he is like that, Broder. And you spoke about that in all of your articles all year. Everything that Jared Goff is about, we saw yesterday. Throwing those interceptions, adversity. There was that stat earlier this year where every time he threw an interception, came back with a touchdown. Everything went wrong for that man yesterday, and he found a way to lead this football team, get everyone together and say, like, I get it. I'm the leader of this team. I need to step up. I need to be better. He did it, Broder. That's your guy.
That's my guy. He had that short memory. We talked about him, the Ted Lasso quote about the happiest animal in the world is a goldfish because it's got a 10-second memory. Jared Goff did just that. And the thing that impressed me about Jared Goff, and this is more of a feeling, I want to see if you guys felt the same way, as much as he struggled, as much as he threw some bad balls, those 3 interceptions were huge. It didn't feel like when he came back out on the field that there was any concern sort of coming from him. Like he was as calm, as collected, as stable as if he hadn't thrown those interceptions, as if the game was going perfectly. It didn't seem like they were missing a beat. Just those passes that he threw that were picked off were ugly. They were bad. But without that, it felt like Jared Goff having that calming force, like that's everything that, especially an offense that relies on timing, relies on these guys all being in the right areas, the right spots. They need that. They need to feel that. Can you imagine in Ford Field, you're losing to an NFC North rival, and your quarterback's freaking out, or he's stressing all of you out. You don't have confidence in him. But Jared Goff, it seemed like he had such a command of that offense, whether they were up by 14-10, up by 4, or down by 12. It was the exact same Jared Goff, and then that's what you saw on that very last drive. Actually, both of them, right at the end of the first half, but especially at the end of the game. It was just right down the field. Let's chug along. First play, hand off to David Montgomery. Yeah. The crowd boos. It doesn't even matter. Next play, he starts picking them apart. Jahmyr Gibbs had a couple big catches that extended for first downs. Amon-Ra St. Brown had some huge ones. He got Sam Laporta involved at the end. It just felt like when they needed it, all the players came together and played well, and that you can talk about Jameson Williams too, like that mentality of whether you're catching 2 balls a game, 10 balls a game, like be ready for your moment. Those guys were all ready.
That's the thing too with this team, and like yesterday's game, they had 4 turnovers on offense, or 1 was on special teams, but they had 4 turnovers. They still offensively, they still scored 29 points. You still scored 29 points on offense, and that was
31.
Well, the safety was.
Oh, I got you.
29 points. Like you're right. The offense goes out there and gives you 29 points still.
Yeah,
you still are out there competing, and you're still putting points up, and you had 4 turnovers. That's 4 right there. Me and Easy were talking in the back about if you don't have those turnovers, like how many touchdowns does the defense get? Like we were having that conversation about the defense. But really, if you don't have 4 turnovers and your offense keeps the ball 4 more possessions, this offense, the best offense in the NFL, the most explosive offense in the NFL, they give you 14 more points. You're sitting there with over 40 points if you don't have 4 turnovers yesterday. And they still found a way to get 29 points and win the football game with 4 turnovers. And that's, at the end of the day, like at that second half in that fourth quarter, big credit to Jared Goff being able to step up and say, hey, let's get the ball to these guys, make a a throw right to J-Mo. The pass to the touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown, sneaking it in 2 guys. Just being able to cut the offense up.
Sneaking it in 2 guys.
I do think there was a part too, and this isn't. I think there was a part to where they just weren't a stat like some forcing pass plays, force, instead of just like let's get the ball to D-Mont, let's get the ball to D-Mont.
It's funny.
Let's give it to Jahmyr. That's what to me. No one really talked about it. That's how I felt a little bit, to where there was like a 3rd and 2 where we passed the ball, incomplete punt, and it was like, why aren't you just giving the ball to D-Mont? He's getting 5 a play.
Yeah, it's funny that I think it was his second interception when he was targeting Donovan Peoples-Jones. This. Again, maybe I'll relate it to Jameson Williams and just needing time to get it, build a relationship with Goff, build trust with his offensive teammates. That second interception targeting Donovan Peoples-Jones, he actually hesitated for a second. I can't remember if he pump faked or just hesitated, but he was about to throw it to Malcolm Rodriguez. And at the very last second, he pulled it back and then threw it to Donovan Peoples-Jones, and the timing was way off.
That was not his fault, by the way. That Donovan Peoples-Jones one, that that was tipped like in. It moved. It got. That was like a huge tip. You remember that?
Yeah, it's not Malcolm Rodriguez's fault either. No. It's not. I mean, technically, you could say it's not Jared Goff's fault. It was tipped at the line. It was one of those things, like the fact that it was the newest player to that offense, even newer than Jameson Williams. He had to hesitate and looking for Donovan Peoples-Jones, who also he's still trying to get in a rhythm with. So you can see how Jameson Williams, although he only had 2 catches, and we're going to talk about him next segment, building up that relationship with them is huge. And but the last thing I'll say, or I'll send it back to you, but I think we learned, and I learned about this about Goff yesterday, that the Detroit Lions, they go as Jared Goff goes. If Jared Goff is faltering, so are the Lions, and if he's excelling, the Lions are really soaring, and that's what I think makes him. I got to rethink this contract situation, MVP. Like, this is what makes him indispensable, and I think this game proved it the most. When he doesn't play well, that whole team has a big problem.
He is a very valuable piece of this football team.
Yes.
You saw it yesterday when he was playing bad. The whole team was and when he stepped up, the team came back and they won the game. Jalen, you got something on Jared Goff?
He went 0-30 mode. He locked in. You have a lot of players in the NFL, quarterbacks, who throw 3 picks. They can't come back and win those games. If Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, they scored 14 points in 4 minutes. A 2-minute drill, let alone, is hard to do as a quarterback. So seeing Jared Goff do that, he's not the fast. He's not a flashy quarterback. He's real, calm. He's not going to scramble. He's in the pocket. And he went 11 for 14 in the fourth quarter.
I think I think in the last 2 drives, I believe he went 10 for 11.
Yeah, so he only had 3 incompletions the whole quarter. You know what? If any quarterback can do that, what's his name? Mahomes, Allen, or like that. They're elite quarterbacks. He's an elite quarterback, just not the flashiest. You know, he's not in the media and stuff like that. But that's our guy, and it's a rival game. It's the Bears. You know, they're not the best team in the league, but it's a rival game. You were down by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes to go. If he can do that against them, I'm pretty sure if the going gets tough in the playoffs, you can trust that guy. He had a rocky start, but you won the game.
Adversity.
If you finish it, you can throw 4 picks first half and still win the game or something like that. As long as you finish the game, get it done. That's our quarterback. That's our guy. You can't get mad at Jared Goff, and I think that proved how elite and mature Jared Goff has grown over the last couple years.
Yeah, let him cook. I think it speaks volume about kind of the player he is going through adversity like that. To Jalen's point too, in regards to the 2-minute drill there, he didn't just do one 2-minute drill at the end. He did back-to-back 2-minute drills, and he did a 2-minute drill at the half to go get a Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown. He had 3 2-minute drills within that game basically, and those are tough. Like that's tough. Like you're going go, and he did it 3 times to go score 3 touchdowns. 21 of those 26 points or 29 points that the offense scored were 2-minute drills, and he went out there and dominated. And when the times got tough, turned around. And I get we could criticize those 3. Like you can't throw 3 interceptions. You have to clean that up. Jared Goff, he's had these weird lapses throughout the year to where it's like when he does throw an interception, it feels like in a couple possessions or in the next game, there's one to follow. And you kind of want him. You're just sitting there waiting for him to go back to that 8-2 stretch where he sat there and he ended up. DeAndre Swift going down for a touchdown.
Man, he was cooking, wasn't he?
But that stretch where he went for 12 straight games or whatever it was with no interceptions. I don't know the exact number. You're just waiting. Like, please, we hope this stretch starts right now, heading into the end of the year in the playoffs. Like Jared, just take care of the ball going forward because you saw how good the team is when he does that.
Yeah, I don't mind an interception here or there because I think that means he's pushing the ball down the field a little more. They're throwing it a little bit more than he did during that stretch. But you're right, you can't have 3. And let's be clear, I don't mean to say that the Bears defense is good, but they played well yesterday, and especially that secondary. Tyreek Stevenson, their worst cornerback, he had the first pick of the game. They were playing well, and he managed to do that against a defense that had a very good game, at least up until midway through the 4th. So,
yep. Let me tell you guys here, we're gonna go to break. Broder loved that. That was a great segment on Jared Goff. I think we all had to talk the Jared Goff stuff out. There was a lot of hate on the streams and the comments yesterday. A lot of people hated Jared Goff for a little bit. I think it was like, hey, let's talk this out. Let's see where we're at with Jared Goff. I think that was a great conversation.
Let's irony of what we're talking about next, too. A little JMO action.
We had that conversation on this show here, but Woodward and Maine, let me tell you guys about it real quick. That is the Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show, hosted by Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. They will be on tomorrow, Tuesday from 7 to 8 a.m., and Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. I don't know if you guys are this Sunday. I'm guessing
we're not. We're Thursday. We're Thursday morning at 7 a.m.
Okay, perfect. So
Thanksgiving breakfast with your peeps.
I'll see you guys in here. If you guys are alive, I'll be here.
Yes, and hopefully some of you guys will be getting ready for your turkey dinner after winning a turkey from Dispo on November 21st. You can join Braylon Edwards and the Dispo Dispensary family at their Hazel Park location, which is 634 West 9 Mile Road in Hazel Park, Michigan, on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, November 21st, for their Thanksgiving turkey giveaway starting at noon. Dispo will be giving away Thanksgiving turkeys over the course of the day, kind of like JMO after the game last night. All you have to do, although he wasn't selling weed, all you have to do is purchase any product from Dispo Hazel Park on Tuesday afternoon, and you'll receive your turkey available while supplies last. Pull up, re-up, and grab your bird for Thanksgiving dinner. Dispo. Let's go.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
To win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps? It's a Citron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and win. Register at drinkcitron.com/Vegas and buy Citron at your local Meijer store. Citron, the healthier energy drink with great taste, so you can look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Citron. Enter now. drinkcitron.com/Vegas.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. It is on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Victory Monday. This thing right here, we're chasing one of these right now. We're on the path to a Super Bowl. I fully believe that. Broder, do you believe that?
A little Jared Goff autograph.
Little
Jared Goff rookie card.
Wow, look at that.
Little auto, number 9 out of 10.
A little Cal action
Hey,
there.
I got Aiden Hutchinson and Amon-Ra St. Brown down
Look
here.
at that. Broder,
I collect sports cards, so I don't know. I got a little Lions collection
Can you give
too.
me a sports card?
Yeah.
Can you just pick a random one out for me and surprise me one day? Okay.
Yes, and I
I'll
already
pay
have
you.
an idea. I love cards, and maybe later, when time comes where we don't have much to talk about, we'll talk about some sports cards. But there's some insane stories behind some of these cards.
Some of the ones you bring, and then after the show, you're like this. I'm like, whoa.
It's the story. That's what hooked me. It's the stories.
It helps you learn about sports as well.
Yes,
that's
it does.
for sure. Let's get into this stuff. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button for us. We're at 50. Let's get over 75 here. We're fighting and we're battling right now with ESPN and the NFL.
Oh yeah.
This is the biggest game of the year, of the regular season, probably. Chiefs, Eagles, and we're sitting here. I don't know what's happening here. Monday Night Football. We are competing with the NFL tonight. But you know what we're gonna do? We're going to talk about this Detroit Lions weapons on offense. Because Jared Goff, let me count this off real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different targets. Jamison Williams stepped up. You guys already know last Friday or last Thursday, whatever it was, when Samuel Flannel, whatever. Yeah, Flannel Sam. Sam, you guys know Sam from the Morning Woodward Show. Sits in this chair here. He kind of called our show out in regards to JMO because last week, if you guys remember, the coaches came out. And they came out and literally said, Jamison Williams has been taking huge leaps. He has been very good. He's taking steps forward, whether it's on the field, off the field, in the locker room. Jamison Williams has looked great with this football team. They came out and said that last week. So we did a segment on it.
Everything's going to be fine.
Flannel did not like that we had a conversation positively about Jamison Williams, so we had to kind of check that a little bit. And we all came out, I feel like, on this show and said, J-Mo's going to have a big game. And when I did the pregame show, I gave out J-Mo touchdown. I gave out him 50 yards. Jeff gave out 40 yards from him. We sat up here and we said J-Mo's going to have a Sunday. He did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Broder, I want to ask you this real quick about St. Brown. St. Brown has to be the most consistent Detroit Lions player on the whole roster.
Dude.
The most consistent.
I don't know how he keeps some of these balls off the ground.
It's crazy.
Like the touchdown catch, and I think there were 2 other first down catches. Jared Goff literally throws it right above the turf, and Amon-Ra St. Brown manages to get his hands on it, keep it off the ground, and catch it. He did it all of training camp, all offseason. He just keeps doing it. That touchdown, there's 3 guys around him, and that ball should have been hit the ground. I almost thought he was throwing it away, and all of a sudden, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He catches everything.
Everything. He's Mr. Reliable.
The touchdown, we sat here, we were like, did he catch that? Replay it back, caught it. I just think St. Brown might be the most consistent player on this team. You see Jared Goff throw some picks, struggle a little bit. You see different guys struggle here and there. St. Brown, he is someone you can trust and rely on. To have that on your offense, and for a quarterback like Jared Goff to have that, it's a game changer to me. J-Mo, I saw a comment here in the Woodward Sports YouTube chat. I want to find it here. Someone said, Tyler Chavez, listener, we love you, Tyler. 40 and 50 isn't a big game. I'll tell you what, Tyler. When you have a touchdown like J-Mo did to get you back in the game when you're down 2 possessions, that's big to me.
What do you say?
He just said 40 or 50 yards isn't a big game. He had a big game.
Do you want to talk about it now, or you want to talk about it in the J-Mo section?
We could talk about. It's up to you. I mean, we do have a little JMO section later, but this is kind of all with it.
Yeah, he didn't have a big game statistically. Like, it wasn't 6 catches for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he made the play when you need it. He was out on the field when you need it. I can't remember where I saw it. Someone tweeted. It might have been Pride of Detroit. It was the most snaps or the highest snap percentage that he was out there on the field. It was like 40 of 62. So do the math. Do the math there. Right at the end of the game. Second and third down and 1. Jameson Williams is on the field at the goal line. Like they're starting to believe in him. They're starting to trust in him. And that play, that touchdown pass to St. Brown, that entire defense, those 3 guys are in that area. They settled when St. Brown dropped, 10, 15-yard route. He stopped. Jameson Williams kept going. That defense was affected by JMO being out there. You think after that touchdown, how much space was open in the middle of the field for that last drive? It was wide open because you have to respect JMO's speed. And I do believe that they're going to start working him in more ways, more creative ways. But for the moment, he's that weapon. He's that and I hate that he's just this at the moment, but he's that deep threat right now. And that's okay for right now.
I don't think it's like hate that. Like, I think that's great for him. Like, even like the deep threat, like at Alabama, he made big plays. Like, yes, you want to see him getting slants and different things to make plays, but like that will come. And we've talked about that for weeks, that you have to eventually let him get worked into this offense. It's not going to happen overnight. He's coming into the number 1 offense in the NFL, the most explosive offense in the NFL. You weren't just going to say, here's JMO, throw him in, go make play. No.
It's not a traditional
offense.
offense.
You have to scheme for him. Ben Johnson has to get plays for him. He has to incorporate these plays. You have to set up plays. We're in the NFL. They watch film. They're going to break these things down. You have to find a way to get him open and do that. And they will, and you saw they did it yesterday. Jalen?
It's just like we have how many, threats on offense? We have like 5 or 6 threats. And JMO's that one wild card dude. We can't give it to him every time. He's just getting into the offense. A big game for him, I think, was Sunday, because now the confidence is there. He's going to start, being in more plays, going for the ball. It's just like scoring that touchdown late boosted his whole confidence up. And like the Bears in 2008, they had Devin Hester playing receiver. He wasn't the best receiver in the world or cornerback, but he was a weapon. And when he got the ball, people were terrified. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't think it's a big deal right now. I think his wild card threat is a perfect idea and scheme for us. What you got, Nick?
Yeah, I would really like to see him get the ball in some reverse type scenarios, just to get the ball in his hands a little bit, to get him going maybe early in the game, so he gets just a couple more touches that way, because he is so explosive. Every time he touches the ball, it feels like it's going to be for a touchdown. So great to see him finally get one at Ford Field to help the Lions pick up a really big comeback win.
Yeah, and Nick, to that point too, I think they eventually will. I think it's just about getting them involved and kind of slowly doing it without messing up the offense. Freddie's comment?
No, I would talk about that running back duo.
No, so I have this here. I put some stats here on my end. David Montgomery, 98 total yards and 1 touchdown, and Jahmyr Gibbs, 95 total yards. They both, again,
let him cook.
They both, for another game, almost had 100 all-purpose yards together. This running back duo sets the tone for this offense. Like, what they have now, like, okay, week 1 to 4, Broder, I don't think we could all say they had the most explosive offense. They were the number 1 in the league.
No.
What's changed since then is that Jahmyr Gibbs has been elite, and he has stepped up, and now you have 2 running backs. You basically have 2 1,000-yard running backs and 2 running backs and a running back that can play receiver. And Jahmyr Gibbs had a touchdown too. I forgot to put that in there. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Both touchdowns. Like, it's just...
How about this?
It's nuts.
For this running back duo, the first time in franchise history, the Lions have had 2 running backs post 75 scrimmage yards and a touchdown in consecutive games. Also, now you have 2 players with 500 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns through the team's first 10 games of the season. First time that's happened since 1936.
I wonder. I would have to do the math.
I want it.
I'm interested to see if they're both on track for 1,000 rushing yards.
They might be. At least
I think both 1,000 all-purpose for sure.
The versatility that they both bring is insane. And the best part about it, the game didn't really dictate a huge David Montgomery type game, a Packers type, give it to him 25, 30, 35 times. But at the end of the game, when they needed him the most, he came up huge on that last drive. I think he had 45, almost 50 total yards there, and then the game-winning touchdown. You could just see all the emotion just ooze out of David Montgomery when he got there. You know, like when your body's just flailing everywhere, your entire body's like contracting. You don't even know what to do. He just let all of his emotion out, and it was such a great moment in Ford Field for him.
Dominated
Misfit.
every single run. The one thing I love about David Montgomery is how hard he runs. He runs so hard. There was multiple plays yesterday to where it felt like he was going to get stopped, like a 2-yard run, 3-yard run, and just out of nowhere, 7. It's just out of nowhere. That's why I was a little confused yesterday when it was still a one-possession game and they just kept trying to throw. When the run game, like the ground game was working, like we all kept hearing, like, and we talked about it too. The Bears' rush defense was what, 3rd in the NFL, whatever it was, second, yeah, and we kept hearing that. But it was like when they were out there, what did David Montgomery average? He averaged 6.3 yards per carry. Jameer Gibbs 4.5 yards per carry. They should have just pounded the ball. They should have just kept pounding the ball all day yesterday. After Jared Goff's second interception, they should have just said, let's just give the David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, it's your guys' game to play.
Big catch from Demont there too at the end, which you don't really see out of Demont too much as his receiving side, but Ben Johnson cooking some stuff up late, getting Demont involved in the receiving game as well. Great to see.
No, he's an underrated receiver, and you're talking about how hard he runs. Like, you combine that with this offensive line, and we talk a lot about he doesn't get touched for, the first 4, 5, 6 yards. That's different for David Montgomery. When he's that big and runs that hard, getting an extra 1, 2, 3 yards before you get contact from someone who can already break tackles with the best of them, if not the best in the league, that's very hard to bring him down at first contact if he gets a little bit of steam. That's something he couldn't do when he was on the Chicago Bears, and this isn't a throw shade at them. Their offensive line was trash, and he could never get that momentum going. So, man, I
love watching Demont run. Like,
I'm happy.
You could probably clip me 100 times on the stream yesterday, me just saying I love David Montgomery.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see him play yesterday.
I can't imagine being a Bears fan and having to now see him twice a year for the next 3 years.
Oh my gosh, yesterday were probably already like, man. All right, let's go to break. When we come back here, Broder, we're gonna get into the kind of the defensive talk here a little bit. I know Easy was in the chat. Like, did I miss the defense talk?
Oh no, we're talking about right now.
We are. I did tell him we were, or we already talked about it. I mean, actually, so he might have left.
Oh well.
I think he left. All right, Hamlin Pub, though. Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? We have just the place for you. Head over to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Make sure you go visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Do you have football on the brain? Well, fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is already awesome. Fall is also the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance, so shop it like a pro with Swiss. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. So ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That's SwissINS.com or call 248-800-4177.
And Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Appreciate every single one of you guys locking in here on the Woodward Sports Network on Victory Monday. Detroit Lions 8-2. It is a beautiful, beautiful Monday. Play again 3 more days. This is a packed week of Lions for us.
12:30 p.m. Thanksgiving
12:30.
Fox.
Look at that. Look at the lineup for the whole day. The Commanders right after that. Lions is the game that's the game.
Oh yeah.
Packers Lions.
Yeah.
Have you ever? You go downtown at all for Thanksgiving?
No, but I've only been to one Thanksgiving game. I got invited by a friend. It was a couple years ago, and it was a lot of fun. But normally, I would just, I'd probably just watch it at home and sit on the couch, looking all fat and sassy.
Yeah, I've never been to a game. I've never been to a game before. Never have. Last year, actually, I think I did the pregame show for Thanksgiving.
Come on.
So I was up here, and then I went home after. So that was pretty sweet. Let's do this, though. Let's get into this Lions defense, Broder. And if you guys haven't yet, we would appreciate if you guys all hit the like button for us. It does help out the stream a little bit. It's Victory Monday.
Victory.
Help the fellas out. Let's go. All right. Lions defense, Broder.
Yes.
Little brutal yesterday at times. I think you can argue that, and there are these arguments. This is the argument I had with Easy in the back, to where he was kind of going at me when and I don't question Aaron Glenn. I'm not one of the people, and there are a lot of people. I could go back and clip people from the stream and the comments that are fire AG, fire AG, fire AG. I am far from that. I am not even close to that. You won't catch me ever saying that. I do not. I think Aaron Glenn is a fine defensive coordinator. There are things which Easy's points to where maybe the personnel isn't there. Maybe they don't have a ton of top 10 players like some other defense coordinators do. Your offense, putting your defense in bad positions. Just like we talk about Dan Campbell saying you have to play complementary football. Four turnovers is not that.
They had to be on the field for 40 minutes.
Yes.
Like we talked about time of possession. That means that the Bears offense was out there
for 40
running
minutes.
all over the place for 40 minutes.
And that's the biggest thing to me. And I get it. I completely get where, like, some people are frustrated and there's the people who aren't. Like, I'm like sitting here in the middle, like, all right, where are we at with this? And that's what I try to explain to Easy. Like, let's meet in the middle here and have a conversation about it. Because at the end of the day, this is the stat that me and him came up with back there, is the last 4 games, your defense has given up 27 points per game.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of points in the NFL. If you look at the full season, the full length of the season, and I know that's one big thing, the lowest team right now in the league giving up points per game is 27 points per game.
So they're at that
so
lowest
you're
mark.
low. And Easy did, his point was, and the reason he was getting mad at me was he was saying you're not taking away the pick sixes and the fumble for touchdowns, and but I don't really care. But I'm just saying, like, your defense is giving 27 points per game up in the last 4 games. That is a problem. I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know if Aaron Glenn needs to scheme different. I don't know if he needs to move guys around and put them in different positions. But at the end of the day, you have a Super Bowl caliber football team. So you have to find a way to get it done with your personnel or without your personnel, whatever you have. And that's where I'm at with it. And we can break this down. I want to hear kind of your thoughts, Broder, on this, because I'm interested to see where people stand on what AG needs to do. Maybe it's just, we spoke about this before the game or the show, this is our game here.
Yeah, showtime.
It's showtime. We spoke about this, though, before, is some of these players need to step up.
Yes.
There's John Kaminsky, he has had big games in the past.
Yeah.
But where has he been all year?
Yeah.
Charles Harris, like the Aquara brothers, like there are players who, like, you know what their potential is. We talked about the depth on the defensive line before the season. You know what they have. At some point, someone has to step up and make a play on this defensive line, Broder. I want to hear where your thoughts are on this, whether like the AG, everything. Just want to hear where you stand. You're in the building, so you kind of have a good feeling on where guys feel and the schemes and everything.
So I think they definitely have a team that can contend for a Super Bowl. I think the defense at times when they're playing their best, when they're playing all together, which this is sort of the point that doesn't happen all the time. When they're playing together, they can be a very, very good defense. I don't know if they'll ever be dominant. I think the run game, it can be pretty dominant, but their entire defense can be very, very good. The problem is a lot of things have to happen right for that to happen. I do struggle. I struggle with the depth of the secondary and specifically the cornerback group, and I struggle with the defensive line unit. And I hate to admit it, they have good players. They don't have great players. It's a personnel thing. Hutch and Ali McNeil, to me, are out on an island alone. I love Benito Jones, but he needs to be your second, third, fourth best defensive tackle. Bohannon. he made some plays yesterday, which was awesome. He came off the practice squad. We need guys on the opposite side of Hutch or Aleem, or in these other holes like John Kaminsky, like Charles Harris. Hopefully James Houston, when he comes back, to get some pressure
it's gonna be
on
huge.
the quarterback. And again, they didn't have a bad game yesterday, but it wasn't enough to disrupt Justin Fields and what he was doing. He was able to escape and make plays, and whether you're running or whether the quarterback's sitting in the pocket, you got to find a way to make it more difficult on him. And I don't know if they have the personnel to do that. They have the personnel to be a really, really, really good run defense because they got big guys. Benito Jones is great in the run. All they have to do is build a wall. You rarely see the opponent's offensive line push the Lions the opposite way, but you rarely see the Detroit Lions defensive line push the offensive line the other way. So they're very good at making a wall, building a wall. That's a term that they use on the Lions. But
I think that's why their rush defense is so good.
It is.
It's like they have everything it takes. But the thing, like this whole offense, and Lucas has mentioned it before. I spoke with him because he was at the swatch party, but I spoke with him, and it's like the corners, like Cam Sutton's been great, but like there's been like some of the secondary, there has been things given up, and that does kind of intertwine to where you're not getting to the quarterback, or you are getting to the quarterback and you're letting them get out and you're letting them extend
Those are the pieces
the play.
that play well together.
And maybe when you're not when they are letting them extend the play, then the secondary might give up a couple things and struggle. So like they're not playing like the up front and the guys in the secondary aren't playing great football together,
right?
And I think that's what it comes down to. And to Easy's point too, he did put a tweet out that said the Detroit Lions only gave up 2 touchdowns yesterday, technically, with 4 turnovers. Which that is, if you do break it down that way, you had 4 turnovers. You gave them great field position. They only had 2 touchdowns, but at the end of the day, you almost lost a football game because you gave up. You had on the offense 4 turnovers, but you still gave up 26 points.
Yeah, they didn't play horrible. They actually played kind of decent.
That's where the Fire AG people need to take a hike. That's where those people need to take a hike because there's no Fire AG right now.
No.
There's still like the fact that he was able at 4 turnovers to have his defense step up and make those plays, and when the game mattered at the end of the game, when they needed to go down and get a touchdown to win the game, he had something drawn up, and Aiden Hutchinson went out there and made the play.
Yeah.
And that actually happened. So they have been fine. But the fact is, at the end of the day, you've given up about 115 points in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
You have to find a way, and I think this is where Easy and I and some of us people can kind of come together on this. You have to find a way to cut that from 115 all the way down.
Yeah.
You have to.
And I do think to
if you want to win, at least if you want to contend like a Super Bowl contender, you have to do that.
Yeah, and I am absolutely in no way close to saying fire AG. I do think some of their success in the second half and down the stretch, I think a lot is going to fall in the hands of AG because I do think because of the personnel, he's going to have to get a little more creative, whether that means more pass rush out of their linebacker crew. I really like Anzalone rushing the passer, although his coverage grade yesterday was
the tough part. He's so good at both right now.
Right.
He's like a top 10, top 5 linebacker in the NFL.
Right. So it relies. You need Derek Barnes. You need Jack Campbell to step up their game. You need them. They've shown spurts of being very good this year, but they've also been very inconsistent.
Yep.
Jack Campbell, second on the team in tackles yesterday, but I don't think he had a good game.
When will like the thing is, it's like I trust AG to make these moves and kind of make figure it out because there's formulas that have like we've seen him do it. Last year, the 8-2 stretch, you've seen him like come up with the right concepts and schemes to be able to win football games defensively. But we're just at the point right now where we're 4 games into this stretch of giving up a ton of points and being in close games or getting blown out to where it's like, okay, can you make that step? Can we hit that? Can you get it? Like, when are we going to do it?
And that's part of
Flip that switch, AG.
That's part of the excitement in this team. It's like, and especially with the schedule coming up, they're still figuring things out. They're 8-2, but they're in no way playing their best football. They're going to play better football this season. Hopefully, it comes in the playoffs or leading into the playoffs. But this team is still a work in progress. That gives me hope. It's a thing.
I'll keep saying this until it happens. The Dan Campbell keeps saying it is when they put that all together, the number 1 offense in the NFL. When you end up actually having that top 10 defense. I've given this stat out a lot, but how many teams last year? Remember, there was like 2 or 3 teams last year who were top 10 in both. If the Detroit Lions could do that and figure that out, and I trust AG to do it, I do trust some of this personnel to do it because we've seen it before. This is a very, very scary team, and you guys aren't hopping on the Booner path after they do it. You hop on now. You don't hop on after they're top 10 in the NFL.
Yeah, fellas, the biggest thing is getting that defensive pressure to turn into sacks. One thing that I would like to see from this defense, we've seen Brian Branch really come up and hit these running backs in the run game. I would like to see him come in on some blitzes. I think he's just a heat-seeking missile. He could be a big addition to the pass rush, in my opinion, if we can bring him on some pressures. Also, back-to-back weeks, we've allowed the other team's #1 wide receiver to really eat, and that scares me going forward without getting this pressure. I believe that's why the other wide receivers, DJ Moore, 96 yards and a touchdown, Keenan Allen, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's something that could be a little bit worrisome when you go up in the playoffs against top-notch guys like A.J. Brown, maybe DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel, so that's why we need to get to the other team's quarterback and not let these wide receivers have all day to run free.
I do like the idea of seeing Branch in the backfield more. He had three tackles.
Some of those in the backfield was
insane.
Unbelievable.
And that's what he was doing at Alabama.
As a rookie to go do that is no. I was shocked.
6 tackles, 1 QB hit, 3 tackles for loss, 1 pass defense. He became the first rookie in the NFL since 1999 to produce multiple games with 3 tackle for losses in a season already. Week 10.
Can we talk about Alex Anzalone before we go to break?
Yes, but real quick, I got to make one point about Brian Branch. As good as he played for most of the game, he did have 2 really costly flags. Illegal contact was one, or maybe both of them. Those are both on 3rd and long. And those are some of the things we talk about the defense improving. He's a rookie. Those are tough mistakes. He's going to learn to not make those. Or at least you hope so. So those were a little downer on a very good day out of him. But go ahead, Alex Anzalone.
Little linebacker core real quick.
Yeah.
Alex Anzalone right now, 81 total tackles on this season. I believe, what did he have yesterday? 15 tackles, 11 solo, fumble recovery, stuff. Like, he has been dominating. He is one of the best linebackers in the NFL right now. And I wanted to also look at Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell did miss some big tackles yesterday, which killed us. Like, in the first half, that killed us. But have faith in Jack Campbell. I want you guys all to know this. If you guys haven't looked at the stat sheet yet, Jack Campbell is second on the team in tackles right now.
Wow.
He is second on the team with 48 total tackles. He has been everywhere. I know he's missed tackles. Stick with him. He is a rookie, a first-round pick. He is going to, like, I know Easy keeps saying, oh, this Lions team doesn't have top 10 players for AG. Alex Anzalone's right there. Jack Campbell, when he finds out, when he doesn't keep missing tackles like this, and he figures that out, which he will, he is going to be one of the best in the NFL.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fact that he barely played to start the year, and he's already has more tackles than Derek Barn, and he's sitting there second on the team right now in tackles, I think that shows a lot. And I know he had a bad game, and people you would say bad game, but
the game just seems fast to him.
Like it will slow down, and he will start making those tackles.
His mistakes and his missed tackles are over pursuing.
He's missed a couple passing.
100%. Let's get to break because we're going to come back and we're going to get some Kool-Aid pitchers.
Yeah.
Our new game balls. Pitchers of Kool-Aid. How about?
All right, let me tell you guys about the Lions post-game show. If you guys didn't tune in yesterday, it is an elite show, an after show after the Lions victory. That is directly after every single Lions game, hosted by Maz and Stick with different special guests. You'll see Anson on there. You'll see Lucas. Kool-Aid will be on there. A lot of people are on there. Make sure you guys tune in on the Woodward Sports Network for the breakdown of every game. And then, after the Lions games, head over to Planet Fitness. This is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment and a full-body workout in just 30 minutes. All of those memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month. That is right. There are Planet Fitnesses all over the Metro Detroit area and thousands around the world. Make sure you guys go over there where your fitness is essential.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. That means going to Premier Pet Supply because they're hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They've got 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. We appreciate all of you guys locking in on the Woodward Sports Network with us. If you have not yet, hit that like button for us. Let's get over 75 here. Chua, real quick, I just saw this. Someone added me here. You're stretching stats a bit, brother. Jack Campbell's not even in the top 65 linebackers for tackles on the season. I'm just looking at our team.
Yeah.
We're talking about the team. As bad of a game as he had, he's still second. I might be stretching. I'm not looking at the NFL. I'm looking at our team stats. And in the short amount of time that he's been on the field and starting, he's leading second on the team in tackles. So that's just kind of a fact that I put out there. I'm not trying to stretch anything or now. I was just kind of stating the fact.
State it. You did. Hey, I thought you made it clear. It might have been
I wasn't like sitting here saying he's been great or anything. Like I made it very clear that he will improve and he needs to improve, but that's still the thing. But let's do it. Let's give away not our game balls, but we're going to call them our Kool-Aid pitchers.
Kool-Aid pitchers.
We're going to give a player on each side of the ball, Broder, a Kool-Aid pitcher here. I'll start with you. Let's start on the offensive side. Because I think there's a couple of guys on each side of the ball that deserve it.
Yeah.
We saw the coach. We saw Dan give it to Hutch.
That was an interesting one.
It was. I actually thought it was going to be someone else, but that.
I thought it was going to be an offensive player.
Me too.
With a little connection to the opposing team. But I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh, love that.
You could probably give it to him every week. But I just think he was so important to this game. Just as steady, reliable force, keeping them in it when they needed. He made a ton of big catches in the fourth quarter. But he's just that guy who can continue to move the chains. He's a chain mover. He makes those difficult catches, and I still don't get how he keeps the football off the ground. 8 catches out of 11 targets, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown. Not his biggest stat line of the year.
It's a stat line, though.
Yeah,
and it's a good one.
Yeah, like if you can say that, 8 catches for 77 yards and touchdowns, that's an okay game. He's a damn good player. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, hey, that's my offensive game ball. Who do you have?
No, what is it? Offensive what?
Oh my gosh, my Kool-Aid pitcher.
All right.
This is my offensive Kool-Aid pitcher.
I just want to make sure you got that right.
Takes 21 days to build a habit.
It does, well, if you say it 21 times. Isn't that the thing?
That might work too, actually.
I think that was it.
By the way,
I should try that for tests in college.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Okay.
Forgot everything.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
21, that's my lucky number.
Do something for okay.
That's your off college.
My Kool-Aid pitcher that I'm giving to on the offensive side of the ball today. I want to put respect on his name. Huge game for him, facing his former team.
Oh.
And he didn't just face his former team. He stepped up in a big way. I don't think the Detroit Lions win this football game if it's not for David Montgomery. I do not think they come close to winning this game. I don't think they marched down the field at the end both times. I think throughout the whole game, you kept giving David Montgomery the ball. And if you guys go watch it back, rewatched the game a couple hours ago. Every time David Montgomery got the ball, we talked about it earlier on the show, he gets you 5 or 6 yards. And he kept doing it yesterday. And it's with that offensive line, yes, I know. But you can just rely on David Montgomery. Just like Nick said as well, he had that catch at the end. He had a bunch of different breakout plays. He has dominated.
Touchdown.
And then at the very end, the game-winning touchdown. That's who I thought was going to get the game ball from Dan Campbell. I thought it was going to be David Montgomery doing what he did. 7 yards per carry, whatever it was, 90-something all-purpose yards, like 98 all-purpose yards, a game-winning touchdown. He deserves the game ball, the Kool-Aid pitcher. David Montgomery is more than deserving of that. He's probably probably gotten one already this year because he's had some big games. It's a fact. You don't win that football game without David Montgomery.
Fact.
You just don't.
Fact.
I don't know if there's another player on that team, maybe like Jared Goff at the end, or I don't know, but like David Montgomery is the reason you won that game yesterday.
Yeah, think of just that little extra you need at the end, a little bit extra oomph to like for the team to carry them to victory. That's probably supporting their brother David Montgomery against his former team. That's what these teams do. Really close teams with this good culture we talk about. And they want to see David Montgomery win both of these games. They don't want to go out a loss at home in his first game.
In the Woodward Sports chat here, God hates cowards. He said, I'll say Gibbs to give the kids some love. I'll go Gibbs. Gibbs had a great game. But the last games before that, you probably could have given Gibbs a game ball because he had 170 all-purpose yards, 150 all-purpose yards, 120. He's been dominating. Yesterday, it felt like David Montgomery had those like Gibbs made some play. That play at the end when he caught the ball and then ran all the way around and got about 20 yards there and ran out of bounds to set you up for a touchdown towards the end to get into the red zone. That was huge. Gibbs had some big.
There were 2 or 3 of those big first down plays that weren't 25, 30 yarders, but they were so crucial at that given time.
It was. No, Gibbs. That's why you can give this to anyone. But I just think at the end of the day, it comes down to that. John McRoon. Can I give a little tease ahead to our honorable mention on offense real quick?
Of course.
John McRoon said, would you still give the game ball to Goff?
I thought about it a really long time, and I
put him in my honorable mention.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it to him. He deserves the honorable mention for what he did at the end of the game.
Yeah.
The adversity
I'm not going to argue with you
to go win the game.
Not many quarterbacks can do what he did. No. As ugly as 3.5 quarters were, we'll call it 3 quarters because he did some all right things. Those interceptions were bad, but hey, that type of leader is.
If he didn't have 3 turnovers and he did what he did yesterday, I would say game ball.
Yeah.
To go win the game like that, but just take the turnovers away?
I wrote an article today about Goff. The title was Tighten Your Diapers. Lions are never out of it with Jared Goff at quarterback. Oh. He's got that potential to lead this team back.
Dan did say.
Jameer Gibbs, by the way. What'd you say?
Dan did say, wear your diapers in the fourth quarter of every game.
That was the playoff of Dan Campbell. You know what I'm saying, Jeffield?
Okay.
Got it,
Do you have your diapers on right now?
I don't.
Do they hand out diapers in the media room?
But I was thinking, like, there's a marketing play that Huggies or there's something that
for sure.
Bobblehead. Maybe you hand out. I don't know. There's something in there. Diapers. I don't have kids, but diapers are expensive. People have diaper parties now. Do you know that?
No, I do not. But I'm not a big fan of like that.
Oh,
my family, when they have babies, I don't hold the baby.
Really?
Freaks me out.
That's weird.
I'm just scared to like drop a baby or something, and it's not mine.
You just got to do it once, and then you'll get comfortable.
Yeah, no, I have a rule. I don't hold the baby until they can like say my name. Like until they can talk.
You don't say my name. Say my name. No one.
Oh no, but like when they're like when they get like a year or so, they can kind of like say it a little bit. They can talk a little bit. That's when it's like
Daddy.
Yes. No, sorry.
Yes!
Touchdown score.
Kansas City.
Won a little bit of money there. But all right. Defensive. Sorry guys, got off track with the diapers.
No,
I don't know why we got in that conversation.
Because Dan Campbell's the effing man. That's why.
Let's do defensive. Kool-Aid pitchers.
Yeah, this Kool-Aid pitcher.
You go first.
It's going to the man with the long blonde locks. We've talked about him already today. It's Alex Anzalone. Can only be Alex Anzalone. Actually, it could be someone else too, but I'm going with Alex Anzalone for this pitcher. Stats. 15 tackles, 11 of which were solo, 1 fumble recovery. He is the green dot stable. He's all over the field. He's truly that defensive leader. And how about this? He's the first NFL player with 15 tackles and a fumble recovery since 2010 and since 1999 for the Lions franchise. How about that?
Does he make a Pro Bowl?
Hang on. We're going to talk about that next section.
And the
little Overreaction Monday. We're going to see what you think about it.
Okay.
We're going to see. But
fair enough.
Actually, I think I took it at another level up. Pro Bowl is definitely in the picture. It's got to be. He may not have the total tackles to compete with T.J. Edwards yet, but if the Lions are there at the end and Alex Anzalone, who's the captain of the defense, has 120, 130 tackles, dude,
I think there's a chance. We could be talking about that next segment.
Also, real quick, only player on the field for all 75 snaps. He had a 90 coverage grade, too. So he shut down Cole Kmet, who we talked a lot about. Cole Kmet had 3 catches for 20 yards. A lot of that was because Alex Anzalone was draped.
I love Alex Anzalone.
That hair.
Oh, wow.
Great defense there by Anzo. Quick little update for you boys. The Detroit Pistons blow another lead in the fourth quarter to pick up, I believe, their 11th straight loss. Pistons, super disappointing. Kate Cunningham, 27 points and 9 assists to highlight the Knights.
Broder,
Another loss for your Detroit Pistons.
Should I do it?
I don't know what you're going to do,
Should
but
I
do
Justin
it.
Fields the Pistons?
Oh, stop it.
No, I love the Pistons. You're wearing
I
Pistons hat.
I love the Pistons, but at some point, someone has to motivate them.
Take your hat off then.
No, but at some point, someone has to motivate them, right?
Yeah.
I'm Justin Fields in them for 7 days, a week.
Put him in
Just
timeout.
wanted to
They're in
give the
timeout.
quick
No
update,
Pistons talk for 7
but,
weeks.
Hey,
7 days.
football.
I think I'm going to Justin Fields them.
All right, give me your defensive picture.
All right, let's do this. 3 days for right now, until after Thanksgiving.
Okay, deal.
I can't.
Friday show, we'll talk Pistons.
12 straight losses. 12 is it, Nick?
11.
11?
Yeah, I believe it's
They're 2-11 right now.
11 or 12.
They don't. No, even Kate even came out and said they don't deserve it.
Yeah, he looks defeated too.
I would love that.
They're in timeout. They're in a suspension for Woodward Nights. The Pistons. I won't wear this hat after today.
I'll just give a little update. We won't do segments.
No.
I appreciate that.
I love you, Nick.
We were hoping
that
there was going to be a
great.
dub.
When you said update, I was like, oh, Pistons win.
Yeah.
And that just made me mad.
No Jokic, right?
Yeah,
no
Jokic
Jokic
was out. Like,
Oh, I got even better one, right? It was no Jokic, no Jamal Murray.
No.
Mike Malone got kicked out too.
No.
Oh my God,
So,
that's despicable.
Everyone
they're
that
suspended.
mattered, they lost to 2 former Pistons. I think Reggie Jackson and KCP led the way to the win.
they're suspended
I hate
until
Reggie
further
Jackson.
notice. Until Friday, they are suspended from Woodward Nights.
Reggie and Andre Drummond are on the same level for me.
Yeah. All right.
Defensive pitcher.
Defensive pick. Yep. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna go the rookie, Brian Branch.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to go Brian Branch. He was all over the field. This is the thing a couple weeks ago to where I remember when he came off injury, I looked at it down in the camera and I said, I just want Brian Branch to be back to where he was before the injury. Yesterday was that. He was all over the field. It felt like every single defensive possession, every defensive play, the camera went over to him and he was running around wherever the ball was. I know he didn't have an inner turnover, but
he was different.
3 tackles for losses. Those were in big moments, big plays. It felt like every time someone needed to step up, it was a Brian Branch or who you gave yours to, Alex Anzalone. It felt like that. And at the end of the game, obviously Aiden Hutchinson. But those two guys, it felt like they were the kind of the heartbeat of that defense for a while.
Yeah.
And especially like when Justin Fields is kind of cutting you up a little bit. I'm pretty sure 2 of those tackles for losses, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure 2 of the 3 of them were on Justin Fields. Or maybe at least one, but when he's cutting you up and they're doing this little RPO, all these different things where they're trying to catch you off guard, I think him being able to stop that right away and set a tone, I think it proves something there to the Bears offense. Kind of, puts a little fear into them, and I think Brian Branch did that.
Definitely. Before I tell you about Feldman, Booner and I both had Ali McNeil as our honorable mention.
We did.
I just want to shout him
Ali
out.
McNeil.
He only had 2 tackles, 1 sack, 2 QB hits, 1 tackle for loss, but he was the first interior defensive lineman to post a 5-sack season since Ndamukong Suh in 2014. So how about that? Ali
Unsung
McNeil.
hero for sure. Real quick, all these contract extension talks for a lot of people, we can start to throw Ali McNeil in those talks as well.
100%. Let me tell you about Feldman. Feldman, they got 18 locations, so there's definitely a Feldman dealership in your backyard. You just got to visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. It's great because since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. They are Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. That's Feldman Chevrolet. Now, Booner, tell them about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm, baby. It is
Guardian Alarm,
customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. That is 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. That is technology backed by people, where your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Make sure you call the number right here for a good defense. 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with the best beef. That's prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Just visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us on here on the YouTube, or if you're watching on woodwardsports.com, wherever you're watching. On the YouTube here, if you guys can, hit that like button. Let's get over 75 here before this segment's over. Let's get to 100 by the end of the show if we can. It helps the algorithm push the fellas out, especially tonight, a night like tonight when we're competing against the best NFL game of the season, the Eagles and the Chiefs. It's a battle, man. On Mondays and Thursdays, we battle versus the NFL.
Shout out Brandon Graham, by the way. Go Blue!
Yes, Brandon Graham. I see Lindsay across the Lady Jane's here. Not actually in Lady Jane's, but he's on a TV screen on Bally Sports. Has a Detroit Pistons bucket hat on. Nice little suit, talking about the Pistons.
And he was on Big D Energy today at Feldman and Novi.
He's everywhere.
Hunter's everywhere, just like he was on defense.
We need to get him on the show here coming up.
Oh yeah.
Actually, not until at least next week, because the Pistons are suspended from Woodward Nights until Friday.
Said their name.
I can say that they're suspended. If it's in that sentence, I can say they're suspended.
Okay.
Overreaction Monday, though. Let's hit it. Overreaction Monday. Broder, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I want to go first because I got a hot one for you that clicked in my head there just a minute ago. It's going to be difficult. Overreaction. The Lions will finish this season with more wins than the Pistons.
Wow. How many wins do they have? I don't think that's an overreaction.
Let's call it a good season.
What
14,
are they on track for
15?
right now? 7 wins? 8 wins?
I said it. I went there.
No way.
I do think the Pistons are going to sneak into the 20s, but
they should.
The fact that you can have this and think about it for a hot second.
Well, I mean, let's think about this real quick. Say they win 14, say they win 14, and then you win the first round. That's 15. You win. Say you have the
good point,
bye,
Booner.
You win. That's 4. So you're at 14. 15 first playoff win. NFC Championship 16, and then a Super Bowl would be 17 wins. What did the Pistons have last year?
17.
There it is.
Oh my God.
There it is.
I told you I had the hotness.
I'm just saying that's 14 too.
Dang.
They could win out and get to 15 and maybe do 18 and beat last year's Pistons. I'm just saying.
Or they could get.
I don't hate that.
Get 15 wins, still get the second seed, have another one get to 19 wins.
Yeah. Hey man, I just think that is crazy. Well, they're suspended though.
Your turn.
They're suspended. I'm gonna go with my hottest one first. Okay, that was just uncalled for.
What? Just because
Got that baby in a foul.
First one here. The Detroit Lions will lock up the NFC North in the next 4 weeks on Week 15 versus the Denver Broncos.
Thanks for getting me hard, JB.
They will win their next 4 games. If they win their next 4 games, that puts them at what? They're at 8 right now. 9, 10, 11, 12 wins.
Be 12-2.
And that makes it to where I think you're tied with the Vikings.
Oh, so they would be.
Say if the Vikings win out, they're still about a couple games back. The math that I did, the Booner math, if they win the next 4 games and the Vikings lose 1 more game in that next 4-week stretch, I believe the Detroit Lions will lock up the NFC North.
Yeah, I can see that because they would have swept the Bears and the Packers, so they have 4 wins, and it would come down to the Vikings, and I don't know if they would still be close enough in the standings.
Let's break this down. Can we break this down real quick? Vikings are 6. They have 6 wins right now. We have 8. So if you win on Thursday, you're 9-2. They are officially what? 4 games back, correct? And if you get to 12 games, if you win 12 games, the Vikings I think only have 4 games, 16, 17. I think they have 3 or 4 games. I think you lock it up. If you win out all the way up until Denver and you beat Denver and the Vikings lose 1 more game, I believe that is the lock for the division.
Yeah, I love that.
That's Booner math.
That's a lock. that Guardian Alarm would approve of.
Is that an overreaction?
No.
Lock up the division by week 15?
They should win the next 4 games in a row. Again, will it happen? Are they going to win? They should win all their games out. We don't know if that's going to happen, but they could very well win the next 4. That's awesome.
And IT Hip said that will be a Saturday night game. Right now, too, it is actually it's TBD. On the app here, it says it's either the Saturday or Sunday TBD. So if that is for the Detroit Lions to win the division, don't be surprised if they flex that into a spot.
Yeah.
And can I do something real quick before you go? Can we open up the phones?
Hell yeah, we can.
I just want to take a couple calls next segment while we're doing this and finishing up.
Let's do
we
it.
We can get some calls in.
And the Kansas City Chiefs lead 17-7 going into halftime. Harrison Butker just hit a field goal. Shout out the Chiefs. Hopefully, Eagles fall back down to 8-2, and the Lions are officially tied with them for that number 1 seed in the NFC.
I've been waiting to see Travis Kelce and Swift out on the field together.
6322. All right, the phone number is 313-552-6322. Make sure you guys call in. We'll probably take, I'd say, Nick, while we keep finishing this off, take a couple callers. We'll maybe take 2 or 3 in the next segment.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother. I just wanted to set
No,
that
you're
up.
fine.
Get some people calling in.
You're fine. How about this overreaction or underreaction or reality? However you want to respond. Brock Purdy is better than Jared Goff. What do you think about that?
No.
Hard pass.
That was I know that was an argument.
That was inspired by
Lindsey Hunter.
Yeah, group chat.
We were in the group chat, and that was confirmed.
I just wanted to spread this. I wanted to see what you guys thought.
Do you remember? Okay, I could prove this wrong. I should have put it in the group chat. I didn't. What happened to Brock Purdy? That 3-game stretch where they lost. What did he do down the stretch? Every single game, or 2 of those games.
He faltered.
Threw interceptions.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jared Goff threw 3 interceptions, but what did he do down the stretch when he did throw the interceptions earlier?
Threw dimes.
2 straight possessions,
BBs.
2-minute warnings. Did it both. Bob out. Back to back.
BBs. I agree. Jared Goff is better. I am a Brock Purdy fan. I don't want this to be Brock Purdy slander, but I think Jared Goff's proved he can win when his players are injured. I don't know if Brock Purdy can have the same success that he had last night.
Yep.
We had a perfect quarterback rating. It's when they're all healthy. He had Richards. Who's their left tackle? Trent Williams.
Yep.
Debo, McCaffrey. They were all there. What about you?
Last one I have
Last
here.
one.
I have Dan Campbell has officially locked his spot to win the head coach of the year award.
Overreaction.
You think D'Amico Ryans?
I think D'Amico Ryans is still in it, which is the only reason it's not a lock. I bet Dan Campbell has got to be the leader, and I do expect him to win it. But the Texans aren't going away, and they just keep winning.
We made a statement, and I agree with you. I think D'Amico could have a chance to win it if they go out there and make the playoffs. But we did all make the statement that if the Detroit Lions get to 13 wins, it is a lock for Dan Campbell, and he has to just finish a 4-3 stretch to hit that 13 mark.
That's true.
I think that's still a thing. I think it's still a thing. All right, let's go to break. When we come back, we'll take a couple callers here, and then we'll do mailbag at 9:50.
Perfect.
Broder.
Yes, Mark White Real Estate. When you're buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. So sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That's exactly what you can do with the Mark White & Associates minute-by-minute listing agreement. Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
And here we go, Glorious Cannabis! Just in time for football. Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check them out online at www.gloriouscanna.com.
There we go. Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us here tonight on the Woodward Sports Network. If you haven't yet, hit that like button for us. We're just under 75. We're trying to get to 100 here before the end of the show. It helps push out the algorithm, push the show out. Let them know people are watching Woodward Nights. I know you guys are all here every night. We've got a great crew here in the chat, so we appreciate you guys. We're going to get into some callers, though, here, Broder.
Yes.
Nick, who do we have first? We got a couple callers.
Yes, sir. We're going to lead tonight off with Eduardo from Orlando. Eduardo, you are
Eduardo
live.
from the chat?
Let's go.
Eduardo O'Neill?
Hello, that actually is me. Yes.
Yeah!
Welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted since we're talking playoffs, I did some research. All right, so we can clinch at least a wild card. We have to win the next two, and then we need a Rams and Washington loss in these next 2 weeks. And that would be a for sure way for us to automatically clinch a spot as soon as I believe week 13.
Wow.
So two
Week
wins
13.
plus a Rams.
And a Washington loss.
Rams win in a Washington. So just things can happen in the next 2 weeks
So
to clinch playoffs?
The goal is 10 wins.
Holy
Yeah.
shark fins.
Holy shark fins.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you get any research on the division, Eduardo?
So for the division, the earliest we can clinch, this all depends on what's going on with Minnesota. So if they have 6 losses, they can't finish better than 11-6. So without playing them, Broncos game, without playing them, if they have 5 losses after I believe it's week 15, then it comes down to us going into Minnesota. But as long as they lose one more game, it's either going to be the Minnesota game or the Broncos game. If they lose 2 more, it's the Broncos game.
Shut the front door.
We're going to clinch it in the Broncos game at home. And that will be flexed to a prime time.
Eduardo,
I'm going to keep coming to you here in the chat the next few weeks when it comes to clinching. I'm going to rely on you on that, okay?
I'll try to be on it. I hope you guys have a good night.
All right, hey, Eduardo,
Thank you,
appreciate
Eduardo.
you. What's on, man? Appreciate all of your input in the chat, too. Thank you.
We got one more? We got one more on the line?
Yes, sir. We're going to go to our guy, William, out in Grand Haven.
Oh,
William,
here we
you are
go.
live.
William. This will probably be our last
What's
call of the
up,
night.
Booner
but
and
what's up,
Broder?
What's up, William? How are you?
Good. You guys got any questions for me?
What's your middle name?
William.
William is actually my middle name.
Come on, Billy. I know you're from the west side
Richard
of
is
the
my
state.
first name, though.
Hey, William, I'll ask you a question here. Are you on the Booner path? Do you believe the Detroit Lions, after yesterday's game, do you still believe that they can go on, not just compete for the NFC Championship, but kind of go to the Super Bowl and kind of go and compete for one?
Oh yeah, this Lions team is very much so. I'm gonna say this: Tom Brady did the same thing when he played for the Patriots, like to have those clutch wins. And Jamison Williams, I've been a fan of his ever since he started playing.
Yeah, baby.
And he came up massive in that game, and he is a difference maker. Nobody can say otherwise, because what he did is he changed the game, and that's what we need on this team. We need a difference maker, and that's what Jamison Williams is. Same with Aiden Hutchinson. He's a difference maker. And we have playmakers like that on this team. If they continue to play like that week in and week out, they will for sure play like this in the playoffs, go through the playoffs, and potentially get that NFC Championship win that and go to the Super Bowl, boys. We're talking about Super Bowl in 2023. It's been 61 years since they have been 8-2.
Wow.
That's insane.
It's a long time.
Wow. William, we appreciate that. That is some
real
facts.
quick, William. Can I just get a confirmation that, can we hear it? You are a part of the Booner Path.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Just wanted to hear it.
Confirmed. Roger. Over. You know what I loved about thank you again, William. Thanks for the call. We appreciate you.
Always.
You know what I loved? He said something very key. He said he was talking about J-Mo and then Hutch, but about J-Mo, he said they need a difference maker on offense. He didn't say they need a receiver to catch 10 balls and 200 yards. So they just need someone to make a difference.
Impact players, man. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've got Josh Reynolds. You've got guys. I mean, look at Devontae, like this Eagles team right here, right? I know Devontae Smith is a dog. He puts up, he's consistent every week. He doesn't go out there and do what A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown do. He doesn't go out there and get 100 yards a week. He'll go out there and get 40 yards, 50 yards, 60, 40, 40.
And what you said was key.
That's what he does. And if you can eventually get J-Mo to do that, which he will, like you saw yesterday, he got the four. Just get consistent, and eventually it will come.
Yeah, what you said is key too. J-Mo has Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's a number one. A.J. Brown is the number one for Devontae Smith. Like, that's the luxury that these guys have. They don't need to come and be the number one receiver or in any traditional way. Just go in and be an impact player.
That's all you need. I'm this J-Mo talk, Broder. Since last week, I kind of like the fact that we had all of that leading up to this game, and he did what he did yesterday. It just proved, I don't want to say, remember,
it proved everything we were talking about. He had our back.
At the end of the day, Booner doesn't lose,
and you didn't lose this one either.
We did not lose that one. Like that was just a fact. Proved the point. Proven it was right. And that's all I can say about it.
So both the J-Mo videos are less than 22 seconds long. You want to play them back to back?
I would actually, yes, I would love to. This is you introduced this because you had that.
I really like these. We'll come back for 10 seconds and we'll get to break and we can do mailbag. But this is basically J-Mo. Whichever order you go in, just do whatever you do, Jalen. J-Mo talks about the vibe on the sideline, sort of as the game was going on. They never had any doubt that they were still in it. And then also he's talking about the wide receivers, his unit blocking downfield, and sort of what that means for the team, how that's a part of the team. If you could hit it, Jalen, that would be great.
We knew we were still in the game. We knew it wasn't over. Everybody on the sideline dapping each other up and keeping each other up because we know we finna get this ball back. Our defense finna give us this ball back. We finna go score. We finna do it again. And that's what we just did. So I think having that mindset on the sideline helped us a little bit go out there and really do it. We go block for the running backs. How they block for us in the pass attack. It not go hand in hand. It's just part of football. We just help our brothers out. It's just somehow we do it. You don't see a lot of teams moving like that. You don't see a lot of receivers in the league going to block for the running backs, blocking down the field, 40 yards down the field, 60 yards down the field. But you're going to see the Lions doing it for sure.
It doesn't get better than that to me.
No.
Like that, and I'll send it to you real quick, but you could just see off the in these two clips, his personality, like he's getting more and more confident in talking to the media and everything outside of the game too. You can just see it coming out in him. I don't know. I love to see it. His full interview that we had, we're only allowed to post a certain amount of NFL related clips directly from the Lions, so we have a limit. But his whole interview, he was talking like that. It was very clear. It was very positive. He was talking about his teammates. It was awesome.
Do you know too? And I'm going to bring this up all the time. That interview. I see the doc in here too. I'm sure he remembers this. The interview when he came back and that suspension got cleared instead of kind of early, and when he came back and I think the Lions might have been 3-1 or 4-1 at the time, and everyone asked him what do you want to do with it? Like are you going to come in and what do you want to make an impact? And all he said was, I just want to come in, I don't want to disrupt, and I just want to make sure I can keep helping this team win.
Unbelievable.
That interview, there's been some in the middle of that, and then this one. J-Mo is one of the most selfless players that I've seen on this football team, and a lot of people will go at him still for whatever reason it is. And he makes plays on the field, he scores touchdowns, and he's very, very selfless. And you've seen the blocks he's made, you've seen what he does. I think the hate for him is pushed off. It's gone. End it.
Gone.
It's over.
He cannot be
Sam Flannel, can we officially end it?
Yep.
Let's not talk about it ever again unless it's positive.
No more beef unless it's fairway packing. But also check us out tomorrow morning, Woodward and Maine at 7 a.m. It's going to be me, Gabrielle D. Phillips, and Terry Foster breaking down this game a little bit deeper. It's our Lions Insider Show. But Nick, could you tell them
Yes,
about what you're going to tell them?
Planet Fitness. It's the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, check it out.
Check it out.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Outdoor Equipment Company, let's talk about it. The official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. Bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, and even weed whippers. They have it all. Liberty trailers, Generac generators, snow X-plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Co. has it all. You can buy it. You can rent it. 0% financing. Delivery right to your doorstep. That is at OutdoorEquipCo.com. All right, we're back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. If you guys haven't yet, we are 20 likes away from 100. Let's hit it. Hit that like button for us. Smack it for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the whole squad. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Let's get into it, Broder.
Let's get into it.
What's the first one? What's the first one?
Oh, first one from Eduardo O'Neill. I'm going to send this to you, Booner. Mailbag. Right. My best friend is a Packers fan. When we sweep them again, what should I make him do? By the way, FTP. He didn't say by the way, but he said FTP. I added the by the way.
I've had this idea already. I have this idea. I'm going to propose it to our guests this week.
Ooh.
If they lose, whoever the Packers fans are, they have to do a Booner Kool-Aid chug.
Whoa, I like that.
It has to be blue Kool-Aid.
Sipping the blue Kool-Aid.
It has to be a full one. You could drink it, you can dump it, whatever it is. You have to do a Booner's Kool-Aid chug.
Dumps like a truck. Dumps like a chug.
Tag me in it. I want to see it. Because I know the Detroit Lions are winning. So we better see a bunch of Packers fans doing it.
All right. Sold. How about that, Eduardo O'Neill? I hope that was good.
You.
For me.
Yeah, John Macaroon.
Oh,
mailbag. Is JMO well spoken?
He's a sneaky good athlete, Johnny.
This is a Broder question.
Funny. How's that a me question?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't throw that race on me. I'm a man of the people.
I'm asking. Well spoken.
I'm not asking you. Pest.
He said it. I'm asking. He asked. He said.
He's getting more and more well spoken by the day.
All right. Good.
That is a very good.
Great answer. Good job. All right, Justin Station, mailbag. What Manning brother has the bigger head?
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't read that one before. But
Eli's is wider, but Peyton's is like.
The forehead does it for Peyton.
Taller, yeah.
The forehead does it.
Yeah.
I got another one for you.
Hit me.
Peaceful Tim, mailbag. What do we know about the Bohanna boat?
Very little.
Where did he come from?
Very little, but he's been on the practice squad since, I believe it was like the last day of August when he signed with the Lions. And he played with Josh Pascal at Kentucky. Other than that, he's just a massive, massive human being who apparently has been working really hard. He got his opportunity. Thought he played pretty well.
He had that big tackle.
I don't know.
It was a massive tackle.
Even that tackle, like he was just disrupting in the middle.
He's like 6'4", what is it, 338, 340?
Which-
Let's put him and Broderick Martin right next to each other.
Yes. Update real quick though. Isaiah Buggs was full practice today.
Love to see that.
He was back. Whatever it was, the illness. He is back. I know there was I think the heavy spoke about it last week that it sounded like it might have been like a long-term sickness.
Damn.
And it ended up being to where he's already back, so everything's fine.
I got a mailbag right here for you boys. Mailbag from Phil. What high school teams are in the finals this week? Some great games coming up this week in Detroit. I
Pose it
believe
to
you meant
Jalen.
to say it.
Send it
We're
to
going to
Jalen.
start with our high school football savant, Jalen. What's up?
Yo, so we got Muskegon is in there. Muskegon's playing. I'm gonna save my team for last. De La Salle's going for I think a back-to-back title. I think they're like D2 or D3. So Muskegon and De La Salle are going back-to-back for 2 titles. But the big game for me is my Southfield A&T. Warriors. Went to school in Southfield.
Drumline.
Played school for Southfield. Or played sports for Southfield. They're going against Belleville. They got Bryce, #1 quarterback in his class in the country. Belleville's going for a 3-peat. They haven't lost a game in almost, 3 years or so. So it's going to be a pretty good one. But yeah, if you go to the game, guys, or you watch the game on Saturday, check out Belleville and Southfield. I think it's at 7 o'clock. I think it's a night game too, man.
Let's go.
Gonna be a good one.
For real.
Will Nick Cannon be there, Drummond?
I don't know.
Isn't
Maybe I'll get out there.
Is that racist?
I don't think.
Was it Atlanta A&T, the school he went to in Drumline?
It was based off of MCAT. That's North Carolina A&T. So in the movie, it was Atlanta A&T.
Got you.
Yeah. So you're fine, pal.
Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you. On that note, on that just very kind note, I'm going to throw out William Vanderswag's mailbag, which is a very kind note and one very short question. Mailbag, one of my favorite shows to call. You guys make me feel like I belong in the show. Thank you. You guys have the best takes and the best show ever.
Shout
Woodward
out.
Sports for life. Question, will DPJ get a catch?
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out, William.
Yes.
He will.
Might be coming this week, too. How about Thursday he gets a catch? William, thank you for the note. That is very
Appreciate
kind
that.
of you. Thanks for the call. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
What a show.
Thank you, everybody, for locking in with us. Appreciate it a ton. The
Seemed
game
like
right
3
here,
hours.
second half of the Eagles-Chiefs just started, so make sure now you guys can go tune into that. This is when it really matters. We're all rooting for a Chiefs win. We'll be back tomorrow, though. Make sure you guys tune in the morning. Morning Woodward show, 8 to 10. BDE after, E&E after that. Heavyweights after that. And then the night show. We will be back from 8 to 10 tomorrow. We appreciate you guys all for tuning in.
And Woodward and Maine at 7.
And Woodward and Maine, 7 a.m.
Clown. Toodles, my G's.
See you guys tomorrow. Love
you.